Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Da 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 da. What? What's up, What's up, Rogue Squadron?
Hey, good to be here. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, good too, good too. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a new podcast of the Buttery Show. I have my boy and also voice actor Justin Caboting. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Hey, out there. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, as Ryan said, I am a voice actor. And guess what? I also love Star Wars. What's
right.
not to love?
That's right. Before we start, Justin, can you tell the viewers what notable projects you were part of?
Sure, of course. I can go ahead and share without crossing any NDAs. You can catch me on both video games, animated shows, and also live action series and films uh, like on Infinite, which was brought by Paramount Pictures, starring Mark Wahlberg and uh, Untitled Chapter. That's definitely one among many others, along with other projects that I'm yet to announce. Also, in video games, I've starred in main roles such as Eternal Return, Black Survival, Immortal, Soul, Black Survival, as well as Hyunwoo. Two games, both that actually started as a mobile game that went into being a MOBA style online battle royale type of game, and it's really well played among the gaming community, especially overseas, along with a very famous mobile platform that's called Mobile Legends Bang Bang, which is very big amongst the Filipino community. As I came to discover, I got the opportunity to voice Valir, the pyromaniac, pyro wizard who he's a bit of a hothead. But other than that, I've also voiced in several Star Wars fan films, and also I'm a stunt performer who enjoys piecing together stunt choreography and working with other talent in order to help them practice and become, more skilled in their athletic ability.
This is the way.
This is the way.
The way. But again, thank you, Justin, for joining us and becoming part of the squad, guys. Yes, we have him. He joined us. Because the thing is, he loves butter, so I buttery joined him.
Yeah.
I buttery.
Yeah, man. There was a bit of hazing, which included the butter, of course.
Yeah, right.
Part of the hazing process is you get poured on with actual popcorn butter. I'm just kidding. No, they don't do that. But no, I'm very honored to be a part of the Buttery Show squad. Yeah, no, thank you, Ryan. It's really awesome. I've been following your prospects and all the work you've been doing, and so it's really cool to be a part of it. I'm very excited.
Awesome. Yes, can't wait to have you for more podcasts too, bro. But yes, and starting with it's kind of ironic that your first podcast is Star Wars, because when I met you in college, you won't start talking about Star Wars. So full circle,
yeah,
right?
Guilty as charged. Yeah, no, I would never stop. I mean, if it came to the Clone Wars, if it came to anything of the Skywalker saga as we came to know it, or even Mandalorian, heck, even Book of Boba Fett now, yeah, you can't get me to shut up, but, I know to dial it down a bit.
Exactly. Now, again, guys, we're talking about Episode 4, New Hope, Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope. And yeah, let me ask you straight to it. So Justin, when did you first watch this iconic film?
So, the original Star Wars that came out in 1977, my first encounter was actually on VHS. A lot of us can remember that movies did come in VHS tapes. It was the special edition that I had first come in contact with the black cover, and the kind of it came in a triple box set. I would borrow my aunt's copies of the original trilogy of A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and it had like a stormtrooper, and then Vader was on the second one. Vader was on the first one on A New Hope, and then Empire Strikes Back. There was I think Boba Fett or Palpatine. It was one of the two. But my first experience was literally having the models of the X-wings and the TIE fighters, and I would just sit my butt down right in front of the TV when auxiliary cables were a thing, right, guys? So I would follow along and just watch, my eyes totally glued to the screen, and I'd be watching the movie start to finish. I would not move my butt. Like, if it was dinner time, you could not get me to move. I had to make sure I finished my homework first. But yeah, no, I was just totally bewildered by, at the time, you can't tell the difference between special and practical effects. You just think it's all real. So seeing the desert of Tatooine on the Dune Sea, seeing 3PO and R2 just walking around, and then you see Luke going with Obi-Wan, and the first time you see his lightsaber come up and he chops off that guy's arm, I'd be like, whoa, that is so cool. And yeah, lightsabers became a household name ever since that first viewing in 77. But yeah, I would reenact and even say the lines, which actually helped attribute me to me being a overall actor, and start out with voice acting. And later I would just countlessly be enveloped and enjoy of just watching Star Wars. There's nothing like it. It is so cool, and it's something that I can see myself enjoying to the end of my days. I'm sure everyone can agree on that.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I mean, like same as you. Like for me, the same thing. My first exposure to Star Wars was to a VHS tape. Well,
same.
but it was the actual the remastered one. Like you put a trilogy, like you had A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. Like you held the whole pack. Yeah. The VHS. Yeah. So, because my uncle was a huge Star Wars fan. Rest in peace.
Oh.
So he introduced me to Star Wars. Actually, I'll say Empire Strikes Back was actually my first film I watched, but A New Hope was my second one. So I actually watched it backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah, by accident. I didn't go. Yeah, but yeah, I was introduced to New Hope. Star Wars in general through the VHS tapes. Right. And then what was cool about it was when I was watching it as a kid, I was like, oh crap, this is cool, right? Like lasers, like lasers, like. I love Chewie. Like when I was a kid, that's the reason why I have Chewie in my background. Like Chewie is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Actually, he's my number one favorite Star Wars character. Yes, I do have a sweater based on him. So, and no, I did not butcher a Wookiee and put his fur on me though. But yeah, Star Wars. Let's say like it was a big part of my life. It was basically my first form of escapism. Because again, I am a huge Power Rangers fan, but I would put Power Rangers, then Harry Potter, then Harry Potter's my number one, then it's Power Rangers and Star Wars, but Star Wars first was my first love to cinema.
Oh,
yeah,
very cool.
And again, Darth Vader was scary as shit, but I kind of was like, damn, he's a cool villain, like fuck, but.
Right. You hear his breathing, and you can't just help like, oh shoot, it's Vader. You identify that with who he is.
Yes. And then what cool was too is like this film, it kind of paved the way for like pop culture being a big hit now in the future for movies, because like again you had Star Trek and all this stuff, but Star Wars, like damn, you were able to incorporate like soap opera, adventure, like drama, action, philosophies into one film done right, you have like a cultural hit in your hands.
Yeah, George Lucas definitely was ahead of his time, along with everyone who helped write the screenplay for Star Wars. Literally, it pioneered a lot of the industry as we know it.
Yeah, we have like special effects, we have everything. So like Star Wars itself is like it helped pave the way. Like heck, we wouldn't have not Pixar without Star Wars.
That is true. A113, man.
A13.
A113.
But let's talk about the film. Let's go
Yeah.
deeper into film. What's your favorite scene in this, like, A New Hope?
So in A New Hope alone, I know I have a lot of different scenes I love throughout the entire Skywalker saga, let alone even the spin-offs, but I think my favorite scene definitely has to be the cantina scene. I truly love the cantina scene. A lot of people can relate. The thing that stands out for most people is literally the creatures, all the different races. You have the Duros, you have the Ithorians, you have the Wolfman that's there. You even have a guy who looks like Satan, right? The devil. I mean, there's so many cool alien races that are there, and you even see the Rhodians, like Greedo. They're in the mix with
Solo shot first.
yeah, right. Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. Han shot first, guys. If you think Greedo shot first, not. You
No.
gotta see the replay again. Uh, but yeah, no, it literally establishes that there's a bigger world outside of what's been exposed to Luke, and he learns that. Like, it's either eaten or eat. It's a dog eat dog world out in this vast galaxy that's outside of his homestead that he was sheltered all his life. And eventually we will see why with the Kenobi series that comes out later this month. But yeah, it literally sums up without giving a piece of dialogue. Just in literally 3 seconds of that first pan of that scene, it establishes, oh shoot, this is a bar. Anything can happen. You can either get shot or you can get beat up. It's a bar. Ugh. But yeah, the cantina scene is my favorite. Do you have a favorite, Ryan?
Yeah, I would say the Death Star battle.
Oh, the Death Star.
The time, okay, that scene alone got me into Star Wars. That made me fall in love with the brand. Well, as a kid, I'll be honest. When I was a kid, I would legit skip. As much as I love Star Wars, I love New Hope, but I would always fast forward to the battle, the TIE fighter scene, like well, not the one when they were chasing the Millennium Falcon, the one actual like fighting the Death Star.
Right, and
like,
they're trying to get into the trench to destroy the Death Star.
That's right. Like, even my dad loves that scene. Okay, my dad is not really a sci-fi fan, but he legit loves trench scene. But like, it's so cool. The music, special effects, and also the stakes of it. Like, hell, like, oh yeah, you don't destroy it. Basically, Prince Leia and all your friends are gonna be dead.
Yeah, exactly. You have like literally 7 minutes or 10 minutes before the Death Star is in range of Yavin 4, the Forest Moon of Yavin 4, and then boom, it's all gone. The Misasi Temple, boom, all gone.
Yep. That's why I'm like, damn. So, like, yeah, the TIE fighter, well, the Death Star battle, like the Death Star 1 battle, because Death Star 2 battle wasn't Return of the Jedi, but Death Star 1 battle was my favorite because, again, yeah, Luke, it also showcased Luke's piloting. Because, like, thing is, I actually am glad that they showed Luke's piloting skills, because remember, it was kind of like teased and like set up in the beginning of the movie, like, oh, he's a good pilot, you're a good pilot. But I'm glad now that they actually showed Luke as a pilot in this episode. And the part where like he just used the Force to like, oh, screw it, I don't need it. Yeah, don't depend on stuff.
I mean, he uses it in conjunction with like what Obi-Wan was able to teach him, what Ben Kenobi was able to, from when he was training with the Droids. And like, you know, he uses it in conjunction with like what Obi-Wan was able to teach him, what Ben Kenobi was able to, from when he was training with the Droids. training remote on the Falcon, and then like things he was teaching him. I mean, that's why he has Obi-Wan to guide him throughout that battle. He's because the first time we hear him, he says as he takes off from Yavin 4, "The Force will be with you always." And then the second time, he's like, "Luke, trust your feelings." Uh, he's there as that guide, and then Luke, he still knows how good of a pilot he is, but then he applies it, and again, it really reinforces how good of a pilot Luke is. He trusts his instincts, and that's part of what makes a Jedi a good Jedi.
Exactly. And then what else? But yeah, that's my favorite scene of all time. Also, it showcased Darth Vader as a pilot. Yeah, that scene showed a lot. Like that's why I love it so much. It showed the Empire's might, right? And also we lost some good pilots out there. Biggs. And keep in mind, Biggs was Luke's best friend and
Wingman, literally.
His wingman, he lost him, his own dad killed. Oh, funny spoiler. Oh, who cares? You guys know what happened. But Darth Vader kills him. It's like, oh crap. But yeah, it showed Darth Vader's might. That's what I like about that too. And of course, Han Solo being the snarky ass smuggler. Woo!
Yeah, you're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
I love that scene. So that's actually my number one scene of Star Wars, the whole franchise. So
pick.
The Death Star battle. This is my favorite scene.
That's awesome.
Let's also discuss about the characters. Let's go one by one. Let's go Luke, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, Princess Leia. Oh, we can go all day, but But thing is, let's talk about Darth Vader first. Never in a lifetime, the main villain was actually the mascot of your own franchise.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was George's original intention, but he definitely wanted a really good villain. And then when you have artists like Ralph McQuarrie creating concept art of this whole saga of this space opera, he had merely a script to go off of. Next thing you know, you see these interesting shapes. How he's able to translate George's script into something that's based in reality, but at the same time, it's totally out of this world. You can see how a simple architectural drawing basis on drawing villains. Villains are very angular. They are very they have very contour, exaggerated types of shapes in order to accentuate how much of a villain they are, and how evil they are. So with Vader, you could see in the initial sketches, he has some curvature with his mask, but at the same time, you can see the lines, they're sharp in order to create that sense of fear, that sense of uncertainty at what this character is able to do. And so, of course, and all you normally hear from Vader is just this breathing. Ryan, I'm pretty sure you can relate the first time we see Vader on the Tantive 4, when they storm Princess Leia's ship, the stormtroopers are blasting the rebel troopers, and then amidst all the smoke, you see Vader just stepping into frame, breathing. He doesn't even say anything. He just breathes, and he's the bad guy. And he's not someone you want to mess with. And then later, like you said, with the Might of the Empire, with the Death Star scene, he chokes someone 3 feet above the ground, and he's like, "Where are those plans? What have you done with them?" I'm like, what? As a kid, I'm like, who is this guy? He's choking, and the guy's lifted 3 feet above the ground, and then crushes his neck, his windpipe, throws him, and then he yells at his troopers, "Commander, tell your men to tear the ship apart until you found those plans, and bring me the passengers. I want them alive," right? You could hear that. It's like when he speaks, he only speaks when needed. Not like some pompous villain. So there's so much to love about Vader just from how little he does, and that's what I love about Vader.
Yeah, like I mean, we can't go too far because we're talking about New Hope, but
Yeah,
Vader's introduction, like the fact, like his stormtroopers killing the Rebel Alliance, that had the whole hallway scene. That was a perfect introduction to a villain,
yes,
and his breeding that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so I think I'm freezing. Am I freezing?
Uh, nope. I think the feed is still good. I have it open on another screen too, so I think
Okay,
we're
cool,
good.
cool, cool. Yeah, I was like, am I
Okay.
freezing? Chewie, save me!
Yeah.
Hey, quick fact. I love the fact that your background's of cockpit, X-wing
Yeah.
cockpit.
I mean, I, I do love the attack on the Death Star too. I mean, I remember playing video games like Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, and Rebel Strike, and that's why I have the Red 5 helmet right here.
Red 4 standing by. Red 2 standing by.
Big Red standing by. I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Oh my god. But
Um, yeah.
anyways, for me, like same thing you said, without going too far. Darth Vader, like the fact that keep in mind back then, villains were hated. Well, not hated, but villains were like you're supposed to hate them. But
Right.
the fact is Darth Vader was able to pave the way for villains to have their own fans and be more like popular than your actual heroes was a was legit like a game changer for media.
Yeah.
Like yeah, oh movies in general. Now let's go to Luke Skywalker. Now Luke Skywalker, like the perfect coming age hero, like the fact that he wants to get out of the world, be more adventure, like have more adventure in his life, and basically take risks. But he also realized like, oh yeah, this world's dangerous. Great introduction too, especially the Twin Sun Sunset, John Williams. but
Yeah.
but let me ask you this, like going back, what do you think of Luke Skywalker now?
Luke now, just considering A New Hope.
New Hope,
Correct?
yeah.
Okay. Right now, I truly love Luke when he starts out in A New Hope. It literally, we're seeing the world through his eyes. We were introduced to him as the protagonist, the one who's always seeking adventure, looking to the horizon. Well, like exactly like you said, especially when he looks at the binary sunset on Tatooine at the homestead.
Hmm.
He he's seeking for more. He doesn't want a rundown life like his uncle and aunt, just working on a moisture farm. He literally is that coming of age character that seeks adventure and wants more than what he already has in his current life. Um, Assuming that this is just like the theatrical cut itself. Uh, I mean, unless we can mention deleted scenes for A New Hope,
Yeah.
are you allowing that? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I mean,
Toshi Station.
yeah, exactly. In that deleted scene, that was a part of the bonus features on the Blu-ray edition of uh, the whole original 6 episodes. There was a deleted scene where Luke was with Biggs and then two other of his friends. I can't remember their names, but they were in Book of Boba Fett.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
it showed like with his bucket hat, his binoculars. They saw the Star Destroyer, and that got them all hyped, especially Luke. And then Biggs talks about, "Hey, Luke, I'm leaving Tatooine. I'm going to be joining the Rebel Alliance." And then Luke is like, "Oh man, that's so good. I wish I could do that." And then Biggs keeps egging him on, like encouraging him. "Why? You should join us, Luke. The galaxy would be a lot better if there were people like you out there, pilots like you." And Luke feels very tied down. A lot of people can really empathize with that. People think that there's not much for them in this world, and as we see, Luke pursues this dream out of necessity because he also truly believes that there is something more out there for him. And a lot of people can really relate to that, to exploring the world, see what there is to discover for themselves, and see if it really is a place for them to be their best self.
Yeah. So
What
for
do you
me,
think, Brian?
I'll be honest. I did not like Luke back then.
You still don't? Well, how
No,
about,
I do, but like when
yeah.
I first watched as a kid, I was more into Han Solo.
Oh my
I
god!
was. But before we go to Han Solo, I want to talk about Luke. I'll say this: as much as Luke now, I love Luke now because of course the thing is it progressed, especially in Price Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. But New Hope, I kind of felt him more as a sidekick character. Well, I don't blame him because he had Ben Kenobi, he had Han Solo, and you had this guy too.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt Luke was more of a sidekick character. It's like I could compare him to like Spider-Man, like in Civil War, like him, like Iron Man Jr. So that's why I felt Luke was. So I was like, okay, I mean, I get it. Well, keep in mind, I did watch Price Strikes Back, so I kind of ruined it for myself. Like he was a spot, but I'm like, like I can see now. I'll say I loved Luke in Return of the Jedi. Like I started to fall in love with him in Return of the Jedi, but Empire Strikes Back, I still felt Han Solo was still my favorite character of all time. Still is.
I don't blame you. He's the handsome looking scoundrel.
Well, second favorite. I forgot. Chewbacca's my number one.
Oh yeah, of course. But
yeah.
They're kind of like a pair.
Yeah, pair. So even, but I would say this: like Luke on episode 4, honestly, for me, like as much as like he was the hero, I kind of felt it was kind of flat. Not flat, but it was kind of weak because again, you had Han Solo overtaking everything, right? Han Solo, right. Ben Kenobi. So I felt more emotion to those characters, right? But the thing is now, like if you're looking back to it, yeah, like now I see why they did that. They basically progressed him more. Like I'll say, Luke Skywalker has one of the best progressions in the movie franchise. Yeah, it's like Steve Harrington from Stranger Things, or like or Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like he progressed really well. Not spoiler, but yeah. But again, for me, A New Hope Luke, not really a fan. But as it progressed, I love Luke Skywalker. But A New Hope, I do get what he got. But I think the only thing I love Luke about was the.
Oh yeah, that final proton torpedo shot.
Yep.
Down the trench into the exhaust port.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Especially when he just and he totally owns it.
Especially. Now let's go to my second favorite Star Wars character, Han Solo. He shot first, He shot first. But Han Solo, now that is, I would say, is a legendary character. Even like I'll say this, like he's one of like one of the most popular characters in Star Wars. Even more popular. He has more fans than Luke. That's what I was saying. I'm sorry, he has more fans than Luke. That's how badass he is, and he doesn't even use a lightsaber.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, nothing like having a trusty blaster at your side.
It's so simple. It's like, I don't need a lightsaber. It's like, bam, you're dead. Yeah. But anyway, Han Solo. Before I go, your thoughts on Han Solo when you first watched him.
So when I first saw Han Solo, I'll be honest, I just thought he was just a very cocky guy that like how you felt about Luke. I truly felt that Han was that side character. Like he was just kind of, he's doing a job. He doesn't really care. I didn't think that he would be a regular hero for the rest of this trilogy at the time. When I saw it as a kid, I'm like, okay, this guy's a throwaway. He's just here to help Ben Kenobi and Luke. And then, I feel that Han, with all his arrogance, Chewie is kind of like that counterbalance for him. Mm-hmm. So, with him being your number one character, too. I mean, he doesn't believe in the Force. He says it loud and clear. Hokey religion, Hoki religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster, right? He
Mm-hmm.
really, really like doesn't believe in the Force. He doesn't. Uh, he really is. He keeps things close to his belt, and he's very independent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I didn't like him at first, but I think later on, as the Just a New Hope, as it progressed, he became more likable just because he understood the stakes and that
Mm-hmm.
this was bigger than just him. Because especially when Leia and Luke talk to him when they're on their way to Yavin 4, it's a good, it's a perfect scene to give the audience breathing room and for us to understand and see that Han Solo is having a change of heart, possibly. And we especially see it in the hangar as he's, collecting his credits. He's like, "All right, I'm getting out of here. I got to get back to Jabba the Hutt." So, to sum it up, I didn't like Han at first. I thought he was like the perfect side character. You don't really have to care about him. My whole attention was on Luke. Um, and yeah, Han is just the scruffy-looking nerf herder, man.
Yeah, but he saved the planet as much as like Luke shot the shot.
Yeah, no, he
Yep.
did. You're absolutely right. He totally saved the galaxy.
He saved the galaxy, dude.
Luke couldn't do it without him and Chewie. They
Yep.
shot Vader's TIE Advanced X1. He threw the other wingman off, hit Vader out, proton torpedo, boom. Your
And also-
move, man.
Your move, but yeah. Again, Han Solo, like again, going to retrace my steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love him. Like I love
Yeah,
what
you
about him.
love
He's so confident and independent, and that's a great source character progression. Like he's like, yeah, like I'm a dick, but then he has a good heart. He's like Iron Man. That's the reason why a lot of people love Iron Man. Like yeah, because Iron Man's a jerk. As much as people, yeah, he's a jerk, but he has a heart.
Yeah.
Same thing with Han Solo. He's a jerk, but he has a heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love Han Solo. I love this kind of people, like yeah. Now of course to rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia herself,
Our
Yes.
princess.
our princess.
general.
As much as I'll say this, I really did not like Princess Leia. Well, no, I didn't like Princess Leia in Return of Jedi. I liked her here, but my bad. So I was thinking of another movie, but Princess Leia. Great introduction. I actually like the part. I love the fact that Princess Leia, because I love strong character. I love strong female characters. Like, there's a reason why Mulan's my favorite movie of all time. Well, Disney. There's a reason why Mulan's, yeah. There's a reason why I love, the Kyoshi Warriors in Avatar: Last Airbender, Suki, right, and Katara. Like, seeing Princess Leia. I mean, maybe that's actually no. Actually, just think about it. Going back.
Yeah.
I think that's where my fascination, my love for strong female characters happened. Was Princess Leia.
Ah.
Oh yeah, 'cause I did tell you again, I didn't like Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi. I'm sorry. She was kind of underused in that one. Plus the fact they made her wear Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about that that slave dress. No.
Sexualization of the female.
Yeah, no. But again, there's a
no.
No. But there's New Hope. We'll get to that later. But now it's
Another
the good
time.
part. Another time. So, yes, I don't know what's thinking about Return of Jedi in my mind, but I loved her introduction in New Hope. She was feisty, independent, and doesn't take a shit from music. Keep in mind, Darth Vader just choked a guy out using the Force, and she's like, "Yeah, no, you don't scare the shit out of me. No." And the only time she was, and plus they tortured her too. They tortured her, yet she came out as a trooper. I'm like, yeah, you're tough. I love you. I'll say this, Princess Leia. Honestly, think about it. Was there any besides Ripley? Was there any female character that was actually badass?
A lot of Hollywood, the entertainment industry during those years, they were heavily underutilized because I can't think of any off the top of my head because a lot of them work as that kind of damsel in distress type of character, or they're a side character that doesn't really help propel the story forward, or if they're used as a MacGuffin, it doesn't really help. Yeah, no, they're strictly used as side characters. There's not a lot of them that are strictly, strong female leads.
Exactly. What's funny is, remember that poster where Luke is like doing this shirtless and the thing, and Leia's like, yeah. I'm like, honestly, there's a reason why I don't like that poster. As much as at that times, but there's a reason why I love this poster I'm using right now. It shows them, being badass. But again, like Leia, there's a reason. Again, I'll say that she's everyone's favorite princess. I'm sorry, like she paved the way for these badass princesses to be badass. Not all, but I mean, Raya, Mulan. Well, Mulan's not really a princess, but
in more recent years, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Princess Leia, like Carrie Fisher's performance as Leia was like with New Hope, was really amazing. It was kind of weird was he tried to use a British accent. I'm kind of glad they didn't continue that.
Well, a lot of and the thing about Star Wars fans, a lot of fans will nitpick that, but I guess in my own canonization of the whole thing, or at least my head canon, so to speak, if people are familiar with that term, what I believe to be a justified reason. She does that particularly when she's talking to the Empire, so Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. She does it as like an intimidation tactic because she's supposedly a member of the Imperial Senate representing Alderaan, and then she's like, Darth Vader, the Imperial Senate will never stand for this. I'm on a diplomatic mission. Exactly. She does it as an intimidation tactic when she's talking to Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. I think people just overanalyze it. But again, it shows how strong Leia is. She's not easily intimidated. She can fire a blaster. She's smart. And she doesn't care if there's a freaking walking carpet in front of her. Sorry, man. I mean, no harm to Chewie, no offense to Chewie, but she said it, man.
Oh yeah, I know. That's the only thing. Leia. There's a reason why you're not my favorite Star Wars game. No, I do love Leia. But yeah, I mean, again, I'll say this: we would not have Rey or Ahsoka without Princess Leia. That's facts. Yeah, especially Ahsoka.
Yeah,
I know people have some thoughts about Rey, but there's Princess Leia. Like you look at Legend comics and stuff. She was a Jedi. I mean, she technically has. Yeah, you don't have that.
Heck, I know we'll eventually touch on it during probably the Return of the Jedi episode that you'll do. But
yeah,
you can probably expand during that time. But we wouldn't have strong female leads without Princess Leia.
That's facts.
Pioneering the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now we talk about Luke, Darth Vader, and Han. Now,
and then Princess Leia, and then
this guy.
Talk about our favorite Kashyyykian movement.
I'll say this: Chewie's I know he's a psychic character, but I don't know why I'm weird. I don't know why he's my favorite Star Wars character. It's because he's cuddly.
Well, he's a tall, cuddly guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's cuddly. He's like a loyal best friend. That's why I love the guy. Like he's loyal to Han. He loves his friends. Like he's a guy that will back you up. Like that's the reason why. I don't know what. Again, I know I'm surprised. I don't know why, but again, I said earlier, Chewie's my favorite Star Wars character. I have like a lot of. I even got a sweater, which
no shame, man. No shame.
But I'll say this. Well, as much as I love Chewie, same thing with Luke. I felt he was underutilized in New Hope. He got his footing in Empire Strikes Back. That's why I like Empire Strikes Back, because, that's when the characters got rolling. Mm-hmm. But for New Hope, I felt he was just more, again, like a sidekick character. But technically he's a sidekick character. But, it's something about him that was fascinating. He's like, wait, a dog and a dog. I mixed a dog and an ape. One of the most loyalist, caring creatures combined. So that's actually smart.
Yeah, no. And Chewie's pretty smart he knows how to co-pilot a freaking frisbee-shaped starship, the Millennium freaking Falcon, man. He knows how to activate the rear deflector shields with all those buttons around. Like, if anyone's been on Smuggler's Run at Galaxy's Edge, you're going to be damn confused about how the heck to pilot that thing. And Disney made it easy on that ride for sure. But,
Yeah.
you know, Chewie is hecka smart. He knows exactly... I mean, the fact that Han knows how to communicate with Chewie, like, he was the only one. At the time, he was the only one who understood Chewie. We just thought they were like, they probably met since childhood. Chewie was probably Han's dog or so, dog alien equivalent. So yeah, they had like an unbreakable connection. And yeah, other than the fact that Chewie's smart, he's tough. You hear it during when 3PO and Chewbacca are playing on the holo table on the Falcon. It's never wise to upset a Wookiee because droids don't pull other people's arms out of their sockets when they're angry, right? Mm-hmm. There you go. You already know that Chewie. You don't want to get Chewie angry, and he is cuddly just from all the hair he's got, man.
Yeah,
he's warm.
Exactly.
When I was a kid, I thought like, oh my god, is Chewie hot? I'm burning up. Get me some water.
Yes. No, I can't say more about Chewie because he's not really focused in this movie. But as much as we get there, then we can talk more about Chewie because we see more Chewie in the next two movies. But so far, Chewie's introduction, it served his purpose, right? Being the sidekick to Han, being his co-pilot, he served his purpose. But it did progress to something more. So I'm so excited to talk more about Chewie once we get forward to Star Wars. Now, we can't forget about the droids. R2-D2 and C-3PO. Legit, the only droids in the franchise appear in almost every movie.
Almost every film.
Every film, even the series. Like, even TV show, well, except Mandalorian. But, I'll say this. I love these droids. I
do too.
Like, they're the perfect... Like, honestly, I don't know how to explain it. 3PO and R2-D2 is, like, legit the perfect, like, combination of a buddy duo. Like, you had the... Like, it also progressed away from some characters, too. Like, 3PO, the smart-ass, like, safe guy. Like, I don't want to be dangerous and stuff. Like, on book. R2-D2 would be like, yeah, no. Screw that. All right, let's like, the more courageous guy. Yeah? Let me ask you about the droids, Justin. Like, what you thought of R2 and 3PO when you first saw them?
Okay, I will establish this. My first, like, those Lego sets that they made when Bionicles was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before all that, there was R2 freaking D2. There was a motorized one that could move. That was my very first Lego set. I freaked the freak out when I got that Lego set. I cherish that thing. R2-D2 is my go-to buddy. Like, you have Chewbacca, I have R2-D2. He was there. You could not understand a single word he said. It was all beeps and bloops. And there was, again, with the whole dynamic duo set up with him and 3PO, they balanced each other out, kind of like Han and Chewie. And I feel that they're the best part of the saga.
Yeah, they are.
They're the comic relief. They're literally what if you put Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, or heck, even Steve Martin or any comedian, Gilbert Gottfried in a room. Those two, Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker, when they both played the roles of 3PO and R2, they were just great. And heck, props to Kenny Baker for being able to pilot R2. In being able to just totally breathe life into R2, like whether it was a shake or whether it was, just rotating the head, because that was all Kenny Baker. But transitioning, I have the book by Anthony Daniels where he talks about the role of 3PO from when he did the original Star Wars to when he finished The Rise of Skywalker. He went through the whole process about how much he loved being in the suit, putting on the black body glove outfit, the pants, the shirt, and then putting on the shell of 3PO. There's nothing like it. It brings him absolute glee. And heck, it's like how when you see Vader, you automatically correlate it to Star Wars. When you see 3PO and R2, people already know that they're from Star Wars. They can easily just connect the dots and say that they can easily identify R2 and 3PO. They know who they are. They're beautiful. But what do you think about the droids, Ryan?
Honestly, yeah, I agree with you. R2 and 3PO, they were comic reliefs, and the fact that there's a reason why I know what I think there's a reason why that Lucas put them first in the first scene, right? Like, technically, I can say this for me, they introduced us to Star Wars, right? Because like they're the first main character, like not main character, but big characters that to go with the story. The fact he like R2 was part of the the droid, like the getting the plans and 3PO being part of it. So I already knew these two are important, and the fact is like they have a lot of screen time. I'll say this: they have the most screen time of all the movies in the first movie. So as much as you have like the main characters, I'll say they were like what's the term? This I won't say central, but they were like one of the most important characters in the first movie, especially R2. The plans, right? The Star plans.
Right. Mm-hmm. He was that MacGuffin that helped, that they had to protect in order to keep the plot rolling. Literally.
Yeah. So it was great too, because the thing is, I can say this, like as much as as much as Darth Vader is a mascot. Oh, I don't say mascot. No, actually, no. I'll take it back. I'll have to say this. I say R2 and 3PO are the mascots of the franchise. Like they've been in all 9 films.
Yeah, they were definitely in 9 films. The only one that's the pure exception is Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Yeah, and Rogue One. They're also in Rogue One too. They were also in
Rogue One for sure. I love that. Rogue One is actually my.
Yes, same here.
it is my favorite film. I will go out and say that because it does a lot to connect with A New Hope, which is perfect.
Yeah. But again, like I said, they are legit. I want to say it's comedic duo that I want to compare it to comedic duo.
The Blues Brothers were great.
They are the. I'll say they're the robotic counterparts of the Blues Bros.
Yeah, they. I mean, the Blues Brothers. It was about them for sure, though. And even though it was just 2 of them, that's one couple that I can definitely say without a doubt, in which is a perfect representation of their characters. I almost even went as far as to say the 3 Stooges, but they're not stupid.
Yeah, they're not.
That's the thing. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but again, 3PO, C3, R2-D2. I'll say again. In my opinion, I think they are like the mascot. I don't see face. No, they're not the face of the I'll say this. Darth Vader is the face of the franchise.
Yes.
But I would say mascot. It has to be
has to be Golden Boy and Little Boy Blue. Right?
Little Boy Blue. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now going to the next topic or next person is finally, last but not least, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And oh boy! Yes! I love Ben Kenobi. This is a perfect introduction to a mentor. He is a perfect, legit, you think of mentorship. Yeah, you have Mr. Miyagi, you have, who else? From Rock, who, Mickey from Rocky Balboa.
Yep.
But Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's the go-to, like, he's the perfect mentor. Like, that'll be, like, teaching you, like, how to be calm, how to be, like, basically had the repertoire of being like, okay, like, I'm gonna coach you. I'm a bad. Basically, he's the type of guy, like, I am very civilized, very calm, but he can be a badass. I like this again.
Yeah.
Continue scene. Remember, he cut the guy's arm off. I'm like, oh shit, this guy knows how to kill.
Mm-hmm. Don't mess with. Appearances can be deceiving. Don't
See,
trust
that's
them.
why this is why I love Ben Kenobi. Like, he's like, oh, he's just like the humble, like, hermit that is friendly to all you guys, like a good grandpa or uncle. But once you piss him off, we're like, yeah, oh.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
But Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'll say this:
Yeah.
like, I did cry when he got killed.
Yeah. No. I did too. When
I was like,
a kid,
no.
I was like, wait, that's it? Where's the rest of it? No, I was so confused because usually when I guess I had seen enough movies as a kid to know what dying looks like. The fact that he just disappeared, I was so confused. I guess I was conflicted between should I be sad that he's dead or wait, he didn't die. Where's his body? Maybe he's alive somehow? And that was so confusing. And later, we discovered that he is still able to talk to Luke through the Force. Whether or not that is an actual manifestation of Ben Kenobi, or if it is, if it actually is Ben Kenobi and he's still alive somehow through the Force, even though we're not told much about it. But I want you to finish your thoughts on Ben. Before
I can't go for because Obi-Wan is actually badass, but Ben Kenobi, like, I love the fact he's legit the perfect introduction of a mentor. Like, like I have Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid, right? But
from Karate Kid, yeah.
Ben Kenobi, the fact that he was able to mold Luke into becoming who he is, it proves that he did is the one. I mean, yeah, he's not perfect. Let me Anakin, but
no.
but the fact that he did learn from his mistakes and he was able to basically Luke is basically his redemption story.
Yes.
Luke is his redemption story. The fact that he was able before he passed away, or went to the fact that he was able to do his teachings to Luke and his philosophies, and basically not to be like because he knew Luke had a dark side, right? It's part of Skywalker blood. But the fact that he was able to let Luke guide him to not being crazy,
right,
and like guide him into basically his he's like a fairy godmother, like a fairy
no.
guiding him.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so that's why again Ben Kenobi, Alec Guinness's performance as him was like, oh my god, like that cannot be replaced.
Yeah, no. As much as we have Ewan McGregor to play Obi-Wan. And as much as Alec Guinness, he even felt embarrassed when he played the role of Ben Kenobi compared to all his other prospects of doing live theater and other films. He felt that at first Star Wars was the most ridiculous role he had ever taken on. But you know what? It ended up being one of the most beloved roles he's ever done and that he is loved for. That I'm sure probably in his final days he might have rethought it, but you're absolutely right. He is that ideal, that perfect mentor figure that everyone wishes they had. He's that sensei that literally guided Luke to be the Jedi he is today, that we have come to know him as. And he's very clever also in how he talks too. I mean, of course we know this from after seeing the saga in its entirety, and also with our own headcanons and such. Obi-Wan never owned a droid. He was being very sneaky with his words. He even told Luke, he said, I don't remember owning a droid. I mean, he was it was a matter of fact. Obi-Wan never owned R2. It belonged to someone else, but he did go on adventures with him. He just didn't tell Luke. It's a certain point of view, which we will talk about.
I know, and also the fact
Right.
like your father was killed, like he was murdered by old people of mine. Then goes by Darth Vader. I'm like,
Vader.
it makes sense. Like Darth Vader and Anakin, which I do believe that. I think Darth Vader, Anakin has DID.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it.
The social identity disorder.
Yeah. But there's so much to just love about that performance, and also what that overall character means to everyone who loves Star Wars, or heck, even people who know of Star Wars on a very general, casual level. The name Kenobi is something that I guess it's not a complete household name, but when they see the character, they're like, oh my gosh, this man looks like he's seen a lot, he's been through a lot, and he knows a lot. And a lot of people can really take pleasure in knowing that, if they're creating their own stories, having a mentorship character, they're probably going to have some sort of inspiration with Obi-Wan Kenobi in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, final topic is the themes of New Hope. Like, I don't even say Star Wars in general, but how New Hope was able to introduce it. Like, themes of, corruption. We have, like, the Empire, basically, is the Nazis.
Yep.
And the Rebel Alliance.
Right?
Yeah, the Rebel Alliance is basically the rebels. Because I think, keep in mind, back then in World War II, there were rebellions in Nazi Germany. There were, like Valkyrie is an example, like him and his crew, like they wanted to go uprising against Hitler. So themes also about like love, friendship, even that's deeper. But the fact that Star Wars was able to show some themes based on World War II, Nazi Germany,
right?
That was actually. That was like, oh shit. I came out as a kid, like, but now realizing it, like, oh crap, it is basically the Empire are Nazis. Like, look at Darth Vader's head; it's legit a Nazi like helmet.
Yeah, it is scary resemblance. Heck, I'm sure Ralph McQuarrie and George Lucas had some. They were on the same wavelength when they were trying to conceptualize all the theming, the look of the film. There's so much with not just World War II and Nazi Germany. Heck, even a big inspiration of Star Wars came from a lot of the Akira Kurosawa samurai films.
Yes.
Because even the art of wielding a lightsaber is very much like how samurai wielded katanas, and the way of the sword was taught. Yeah, seeing that even translate now to today, I can imagine why a lot of people, when they see Star Wars, heck, they're going to think of the Japanese culture merely because of the tunics, which look a lot like kimono, or even the lightsabers, which look a lot like katana, or any feudal Japanese weapon in the Heian era, and throughout all of Japanese history. There's a lot of references to throughout time that this film does so well, that it literally is a space opera and fantasy of what can be seen in just a new light.
Yeah. Another thing too was the Force. Like, it introduced what it made. Basically, Force itself is a religion. Like, the fact that it made another religion that's fictional, that is so popular in pop culture now, just shows damn, this film was ahead of its time. This film had a lot of stuff. I'll say Star Wars is legit. It's the most influential pop film in history. I'm sorry. There's it's Citizen Kane and all that stuff, but the thing is, this paved the way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This paved the way for cinema evolving. The fact that he introduced the Force, which is basically, I know it's midichlorians, but
which we'll talk about later
on. But the fact that you had something mysterious as the Force, like its magical properties, or its spiritual properties introduced in this film.
Yeah.
And like in general, it's like, oh, that is actually mystical.
Yeah, it's an energy field that surrounds all living things. It binds us, it penetrates us, it keeps the galaxy together.
Yep. And then what else? Also things can talk about before we. Oh, special effects. I mean, we did mention it, dude, but the thing is the fact
Oh,
that it was practical. Holy shit!
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these films were practical.
Oh my gosh.
Shots. I mean, films. A lot of these like scenes were practical effects.
And a lot
Done
of
right.
people, yeah, especially done right. Oh my gosh. Because a lot of these, um, they created miniature models and utilized pyrotechnics to create the explosions, especially your favorite sequence, the Death Star attack. They had this whole table, this whole platform of the surface of the Death Star, and when Porkins, Biggs, when they exploded from getting hit by the Empire, from Vader and his fellow TIE pilots, they all practiced. They utilized practical effects in order to make it real, or at least appear real.
Hmm. Yes. So again, thank you, George Lucas, for showing us this film, especially practical effects, or we would not have Pixar and anything else.
Yeah, no.
Yes, he's a pioneer of practical effects. Oh, we gotta mention Moff Tarkin.
Oh,
Damn,
yes.
because one of the
Peter
he was
Cushing.
yeah. Oh, again, I forgot Pierre Mayhew passed away. So rest in peace, Pierre Mayhew.
I mean, he is your favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite cuddly-
And also R2's original, yeah, passed away too.
Yeah, Kenny Baker.
K Baker. So rest in peace. But Moff Tarkin. Honestly, before I'm like, okay, he's kind of boring. But once you watch him now again, it's like, oh god, yeah, he's threatening. The fact that he was able to force Vader around, like maybe he was choking the I think lieutenant's like, ugh,
Yeah, he's
don't
like,
choke
Vader,
me.
release him. And then,
As
as
you
you
wish.
wish. Yeah.
The fact that like Vader respects him shows like, yeah, he's he has no force powers. But the fact that shows like Vader actually respects people, that's actually a good sign too. Like that scene alone, people's like, oh no, that scene is specific because it shows Vader actually respect you if you actually gain his respect. Like
Exactly.
Tarkin right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
My
especially
last signal.
just a little blip.
Yes.
But
But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say.
yeah. One quick thing. I mean, being a voice actor and audio engineer
Lara?
and all, just one thing I want to tackle. Just like give a huge shout out with George Lucas. He helped find Skywalker Sound, which is the leading industry provider for sound foleying and special effects in sound design. A lot of the sounds, like the lightsaber, engines firing up, the lasers coming from blasters and auto turrets, that could not be found without Skywalker Sound.
True that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's already almost an hour. So we talked for an hour and 3 minutes, but hey, I hope you had. Yeah, but again, we talked about New Hope. I'm glad for viewers watching, we were able to discuss all the topics you heard of. So before we finish this podcast, because we are hungry, it's actually where can he find you in social media, Justin boy, my rude friend Justin? Oh, before we go, let's look at comments. Forgot the comment section.
Yeah.
Let's look at comments.
tackle that first.
Yeah, Jen says, "Oh my God, can I have your autograph?" And then thoughts on Star Wars Clone Wars. Amazing. Go watch it. Like, I say season 1 is kind of weak, but it gets better and
It
way
always does.
more interesting.
A lot of people discount Clone Wars upon just watching the first 2 seasons. There's so much you're missing because they had to establish everything of the whole galactic war between the Confederacy of Independent Systems, the CIS, and the Republic. There's so much of that. A lot of people really don't like the prequels just because it talks about politicism and politicians and debates and all that. People really don't understand the impact of that era of the prequels, and really, and also the animation for Clone Wars was really staticky. It wasn't perfect, but over time they got so much better. As Ryan, as you put out in the stories, they get so much better.
Sorry guys, want to do everything because we're actually gonna go out.
Yeah.
Popcorn, hey Ryan, hey Justin, what's up, man?
Hey.
00XY, which character had your most favorite lightsaber design?
Ooh.
Ryan,
you go first.
Lightsaber design. Oh, I would say Obi-Wan Kenobi. Episode 1.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Episode 1. His lightsaber.
How come? Oh, how come you like that design?
It was simple. It's simple.
Oh, okay. I can respect that.
How about you, Justin?
I was always a fan of the Obi-Wan Kenobi hilt in this one, just because it had that. It had a simple design, but also there was something about that emitter piece, the one where the blade comes out. It felt kind of like it kind of looked like the tsuba on a katana, where it's the guard of the sword. So I guess seeing that in a lightsaber hilt always made it so favorable to me. Heck, I even have a 3D printed hilt of that particular hilt. It's one of my favorites. I don't have a metal one just because it does cost a lot to get it. I will admit that the Obi-Wan Kenobi hilt from this film, from A New Hope, is my absolute favorite hilt of all time.
Oh my god, Citizen Cinema. What's up, Mike? You all know lightsabers are actually light handles of old school.
Yeah, old school camera lights, especially the Graflex. Literally.
Yeah.
The little flash. Cheese.
But what's up, Mike? Citizen Cinema. It's also one of our members, so let's see.
Can't
Thoughts
wait
on
to
the
work with Mike. Yeah.
Thoughts on the Mandalorian.
So, we will tackle it in the future, I'm sure. I mean, there's Grogu. We
This
don't
is the
call
way.
him Baby Yoda. We call
This
him
is the
Grogu
way.
here.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Yes. Hold on. Citizen says like, yep. Yeah, back. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's go a few more. Actually, who we didn't get yet. Let's go. Cody. Oh god. Oh, your father was a great pilot. Yep. And also,
Cody.
screw it, Trekkie. Screw you, Trekkies. No, this is a Star Wars session. I will never review Star Trek because I don't even watch it. Just kidding.
We can live in peace.
Live in peace. Gosh.
I
Damn
mean,
Trekkies.
technically, both were filmed. I mean, it's hard to think that no film was ever not filmed in Los Angeles or in California, because both Star Trek and Star Wars were filmed here.
Yes.
Even today.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. So before we leave, Justin, where can they find you in social media?
Yes, you folks can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also TikTok at jcabantingva. And also you can find me on there. I do anything from showing off my lightsabers to stunt work, and also just fooling around. Also doing voice acting. Yep, my handle's right there for everyone to see. And thank you so much for having me on the show, Ryan. I'm very honored, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead.
Yes. Oh, we'll do one more. Do you think Kenobi will change the Foundation of New Hope? I'm kind of surprised. I know I really hope. I wonder if you're gonna explain how he was able to age that fast.
Here I can actually answer that. How being out in the sun
Oh my god.
ages you. No. This is actual proven science. Being
Really?
out in the sun causes your skin to look older and causes you to get more wrinkles. Now there's 2 suns on Tatooine. There you go.
Oh my god.
Answered. Boom.
Oh my
Drop the mic. I can imagine, Ryan, your thoughts. Even though I've taken my first step into a larger world, uh, you're gonna find me annoying at times, and I'm proud of that.
Oh my gosh. Again, Justin, thank you so much for being our special guest and welcome to the squad. It's kind of ironic your first podcast is Star Wars.
Thank you. No, yeah, I had such a blast talking about just A New Hope alone. I can't wait to talk about all the subsequent releases if you'll have me. And
we're gonna keep you around. Your soul belongs to me now.
Oh
It belongs.
no, I didn't sign anything.
Yes. You can find me Instagram dancerboy247 in my Instagram. Also, yeah, Instagram. Before we go, Justin, to commemorate this, let's take a screenshot together. Let me just put this back. Give me a sec. Let me just put the Star Wars New Hope. Okay. Oh, my bad. Give me a sec, guys.
Okay, try again.
There you go. All right,
Hold
screenshot.
on. I think this might be better. Hold on.
Oh yeah, let's go. I'll just put baby. I'll just put Chewy. Yeah. Okay. Hold. Still, hold. Hold. Okay, got it.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. This is the Buttery Show. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be me and my producer Cody. We'll be talking about the 90s show. Well, thoughts on about it because technically it's a 70s show podcast, but we're gonna talk about 90s show too. That 90s show. And Friday we'll be interviewing J. Anthony Frank. He was the voice of J.C. Denton from Duo XX, one of the main characters. Also, he was in California Dreams. And then Saturday, I don't know what we're doing Saturday, but I'll keep you updated. Trying to think of what podcast to do. And then Sunday will not be available. I'm going to Toy Fest, so if you guys are going at Pasadena and the area around Sunday, I'll see you there. And then Monday we'll be talking about.
Yep, having a good time, guys. We may have experienced a blip, but if you guys can catch this, you can also see me at Star Wars Celebrations 2022 in Anaheim this year, starting May 26th through May 29th. And I hope to see you there. Yeah, hope everyone has a good night. And remember, the Force will be with you. Always. And it looks like we may have lost connection. And I don't think this is a good idea to have a lightsaber in the X-Wing. I guess not. Oh well.
I'm back.
Whoa, there's 2 of you.
It's my variant. I don't know my variant. It's my fake me. But anyway, guys, on Monday, we'll be talking about Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. And my good friend Zoe will be making her reappearance here again, so you'll see her again. But yeah, we're going to start celebration.
Yes, during the gap where I didn't see your feed. Yes, if anyone is planning to go to Star Wars Celebrations 2022 this year in Anaheim, you can also catch me walking about the floor, enjoying in the festivities from May 26th through May 29th.
You're all going 4 days? Damn it, I'm only going Friday. I need to catch up with you on Friday then.
We will catch up.
Yes. All right, guys. This is the Buttery Show. Thank you, Justin. I'll see you. Oh, on Tuesday we'll be doing Price Strikes Back. So, yeah, I'll see Justin again. But okay, guys. This is the Buttery Show. Trying to get the coin here. Where is it? Where is it?
And remember, the Force will be with you.
Always. All right, guys. See ya. And may the Force be with you all. May the force be with you all. May the force be with you all. Yes. Alright, guys. Bye.